Hello and welcome back for day 2 of our look back over the last 3 years ahead of our anniversary celebrations on Sunday the 26th of March. And tonight, so yesterday was all about the greatest quiz that I'd ever written, some might say. Tonight I'm going to take a quick, and this is a bit shorter than yesterday, so there will only be 20 questions in tonight. But I'm going to take a look back at something which still, to be honest, seems completely and utterly unbelievable, if I'm brutally honest. So way back in March 2020, when this all went nuts and crazy, the world was a weird and strange and different place. Celebrities sort of disappeared from our viewpoint. You know, they couldn't do their usual TV shows. They couldn't do, all the live things that they used to do because they weren't allowed to go into studios. And they sort of found themselves at a loose end. And some of them found their way to us. Unfortunately, I can't share again with you some of the incredible music performances that we've had over the last 3 years, from the very bizarre but brilliant performance of Gary Barlow that sent social media into absolute meltdown on that night. I remember it going absolutely crazy. My own phone was going off, with people who are massive Take That fans. I didn't even know were Take That fans who were shouting at me going, "Why didn't you tell us? How on earth did you get that?" A performance from Gary Barlow to the incredible Rick Astley who came along with that beautiful acoustic version of "Never Gonna Give You Up." That in itself was brilliant, and obviously the wonderful Maverick Sabre as well, along with a few others. There's been some incredible performances musically for us. We've also had some celebrity hosts. Now, we did a series of takeovers with Alzheimer's Research, where we had the wonderful Jonathan Ross, we had Scarlett Moffat, and Stephen Fry also hosted his own quiz as well. Stephen Fry, I'm going to come back to shortly. But then we've had some other incredible, incredible people come along. Generally, they've come along to support the charities that they've been supporting, and we've been supporting on the quiz. So they've come along as part of that. But I've got to meet a lot of them and speak to a lot of them over the time when they've come along to co-host a quiz or do their own specialist ones, etc. I've been there for the filmings and stuff, and they've all been absolutely incredible. It's not like, oh, we're just coming onto some YouTube channel just to do, and putting no effort into it. It's been absolutely incredible. Some of them, the names you'll have seen on the screen as I've been talking. So to them, I'm really, really, really grateful. Excuse me, but as a lot of people keep saying to me, it's never really been about the celebrities. They've added something, but they've not been a complete and utter sort of takeover, if you like. The one constant thing that's still been there for 3 years has been me. But one of the ones that did go down really, really well was the first celebrity takeover that we did. And that was with the wonderful Stephen Fry in association with Alzheimer's Research. He was brilliant. Now, maybe I had this misconception around Stephen Fry about how, he's an incredible, talented actor, comedian. He's, just from a complete different background to me. And there were certain things that when I knew he was recording, I asked if he would include them, things like general knowledge and etc. And not only did he embrace that, but he came up with some others as well. I mean, I was being called the J-ster for about 6 months after Stephen said it. So tonight we're going to revisit that, Stephen's questions. So he produced 20 brilliant questions that were part of one of the Thursday live quizzes, and that was our launch of Alzheimer's Research UK before they took over on a Friday night for a few nights. So yeah, I'm going to bring Stephen's questions back. Now, if you haven't seen this before, again, brilliant news, as I said yesterday. If you've not seen it before, it's going to be completely new to you. But if you have seen it before, again, this was one of I think it was live quiz number 6 or 7. So how many of these questions will you remember from back then? There's only 20 questions tonight, nice and simple for you. Just revisiting some of those things that have stood out. And, these are sort of my memories as well. When I've been going through my pictures, revisiting some of the things, I've got a beautiful picture of me watching Rick Astley doing his live performance, his acoustic version of "Never Gonna Give You Up." So it's a little bit of a self-indulgent going back and looking back, but there might be some of your memories as well. I mean, do you remember playing this when it was first out? Do let us know across social, as you always do. Right, let's get into it. I am going to hand over to Mr. Stephen Fry from way, way, way back in March. I think it was May 2020. I'm going to say May or June 2020. We're going to hand back over to him. He will come along with your 20 questions. I'll come back in a break because when I did it before, it was sort of separated. So I'm going to do, I'll bundle the two sets of questions together. I'll come back in, have another quick chat, and then I'll put you into your answers as well, because Stephen gives you the answers. I'll be back after this. Good luck. Take it away, Stephen.
Thank you, Jay. You are a marvel. Now, ladies and gents, it's round 2, general knowledge, or as the Jester likes to put it, gibberal knowledge. So let's start. Sharpen your wits and your pencils, whatever else, and prepare for question 1. Which of America's states comes first alphabetically? Which of America's states comes first alphabetically? Have a think about that. Ooh, giving you a little time. That's Beethoven, in case you wondered. Reckon you've had enough time. Question 2. In which UK city would you find the mathematical bridge? In which UK city would you find the mathematical bridge? It's interesting. Not quite sure whether I should be pulling a face, looking serious, looking away, looking down, looking at my watch. I reckon that's probably enough time. Question 3. Which country used to be known as Ceylon? Which country used to be known as Ceylon? Ceylon. Ceylon. There you are. If you think about that, I'll give you 15 seconds from now. My hair's growing so long as yours. Don't know what to do about that. Don't trust my husband to cut it. Well, I trust him more than I trust myself. Or most other people, really, but I don't want to put him to any trouble. Right, okay, question 4. Which is the world's smallest ocean? Which is the world's...
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, that was Siri doesn't understand. That's hilarious. Which is the world's smallest ocean? Shut up, Siri. Do you get that? Bloody thing. I've got a male Siri. I should have a female Siri. It would be less annoying. Okay. So actually I might just turn Siri off while you're thinking about which of the world's oceans is the smallest. There we go. Okay, question 5. Question 5. Who is famous for leading the suffragettes in Britain? Who was the suffragettes leader in Britain? The name. Okay, think about that one. It's very bright earlier on, but it's got a little bit darker. Soon be at the longest day, won't we? Amazing how quickly the time has gone, given the circumstances. Okay, question 6, everybody, if you're ready. Question 6. J.K. Rowling published the first Harry Potter novel in which year? That's J.K. Rowling, never Rowling, published the first Harry Potter novel in which year? I remember it well for very particular reasons. So, what year was it? Which year was it? Some of you know? Guessing? Okie dokie then. It's time for question 7. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Name the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Yes, we could add seconds, couldn't we? Turn my glasses on while you're thinking. Oh. That's quite funny. It's not recognising my fingerprint because I cut my finger on a mandolin. You don't need to know that. But anyway. Good. So it's time for question 8. Question 8. Who discovered penicillin? There you are. If that isn't a quiz favourite, I don't know what is. Number 8. Who discovered penicillin? I'm going to guess that most of you know that. I'm going to guess that. Yeah, mandolin. I don't mean the musical instrument. I mean the slicing thing. Oh, stupid on me. You know, you can never get that time back. That 1 second when you just finger slips the blade. Could have lost my finger. Well, no, I couldn't. I could have lost my fingertip. Shut up, Stephen. Right. Question 9. Just 2 left in this round. Question 9. On the periodic table, what is the symbol for potassium? How do you render potassium? How do you write down potassium as a symbol? Well, you know, they're abbreviations, whatever you want to call them. Symbol is as good a word as any for potassium. What is it on the periodic table? And in chemical formulae, how would you write potassium? There we go. I'll give you another 7 seconds. All having a good whisper amongst each other. And now we're ready for the last question of this round. It's question 10. Alan Turing and the codebreakers of Bletchley Park cracked what World War II code? What was the name of the code that Alan Turing and the codebreakers of Bletchley Park cracked, deciphered, solved? What was it? That's your 10th question and your last question for this round. I'll give you 10 more seconds. There we go. Right, well, that's the end of that round, ladies and gentlemen. So now I shall pass you back to Prime Minister Quisling himself. Take it away, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. You really are splendid. You're doing magnificently. And it's now time for round 4, which is another general knowledge round. General knowledge. Okay, are you ready for question 1? 1. Which part of the atom has no electric charge? Which part of the atom has no electric charge? Okay, let's go for question 2. Which of the planets in our solar system has the greatest gravitational pull? Which of the planets in our solar system has the greatest gravitational pull? There you go. You got that one? Need another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 seconds. Okay, we'll come to number 3. Whose autobiography is entitled Dreams from My Father? Who wrote an autobiography with the title Dreams from My Father? I'll let you think about that one. Alrighty then. So now it's time for question 4. Which Stephen King novel takes part in the Overlook Hotel? Which Stephen King novel takes place, I should have said, well, the question should have said, frankly, it was badly written. Which Stephen King novel takes place in the Overlook Hotel? Overlook, O-V-E-R-L-O-O-K, as in to overlook. I expect you know that one. Which Stephen King novel takes place in the Overlook Hotel? Okay. Now we're coming up to question 5. And question 5 is, which TV chef is one of Norwich City Football Club's majority shareholders? The colour I'm wearing, there's no yellow, but I happen to be a Norwich City. I didn't set this question, but I happen to be a Norwich City Football Club supporter. I used to be on the board, in fact. Which TV chef is one of Norwich City Football Club's majority shareholders? I expect you're all saying the same thing. You're all shouting the same chant. Right. Okay. You've either written down the question to return to it, or you've answered it, so it's probably time for question number 6. Which ingredient is included in a dish when a food is described as à la Florentine, or in a Florentine style? Florentine, as in the city of Florence, I guess. So which ingredient is included in a dish when the food is à la Florentine? In a Florentine style. Think about that. Florentine. There you go. The foodies amongst you might know that one. Okay, let's go to number 7. Number 7. Oscar-winning actress Olivia Colman comes from which UK county? What's the home county? Not the home county in the sense of the home counties, but which county does Oscar-winning actress Olivia Colman hail from? Where's she from? See if you know the answer to that. Proudly, I'm sure. So, Olivia Colman. Question 8. What C, as in letter C, what C is the collective noun for a group of camels? What's a group of camels known as a collective noun? It begins with the letter C, as does the word camel, of course. So what C is the collective noun for a group of camels? Interesting. Hope you're having a good time, everybody, by the way. It's all about having a good time and supporting Alzheimer's Research UK, a fabulous charity. Really are. Okay, time for question 9. Which recent Disney Plus TV show gave us Baby Yoda? On which Disney Plus channel TV show can you find, or were we given, Baby Yoda? Have you seen it? I'm sure you might have heard of it. Baby Yoda made an appearance, a first appearance, at the end of the first episode of this particular Disney Plus TV show. All we need is the name of the show, which I expect you know. Which leaves us with the last question of all in this round. The last question I'm going to give you. You'll see me again when I give answers, of course. And this is question 10 then. The capital of Greece is named after which goddess? Capital of Greece is named after which goddess? There you are. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about that. Okay, and now it's back to the marvel that we call the Jester.
There we go. Thank you very much, Stephen, for your questions. Like I say, if you've seen them before, you might remember some of them. Some of them might be familiar. For those of you who've never seen them before, they're probably not going to be familiar at all. But I'll go... Well, I won't. Stephen will go through the answers very, very shortly. So we'll kick that up in just a moment. But yeah, do let us know any memories you've got sort of watching that quiz, of when it came out. I mean, of any of the other celebs that we had out. I mean, let's touch on it before about the shock of Gary Barlow dropping in. We'd sort of said that it was going to be a musical performance, but we just didn't say who it was going to be, and we were so indebted for Gary to put that together. He was doing his own sort of I can't remember what they were called now, but they were concerts with other people, sort of side by side from home and stuff. So it was incredible to have them do that. And the last person we had last year, the wonderful Lily James. I wonder if we can get Lily in the film. If we can persuade her to do that. Anyway, right, let's get Stephen back with the answers, and I will close this out very shortly.
And now it's time for the answers to the general knowledge round 2, that is. And the first question was, which of America's 50 states comes first alphabetically? And the answer, as many of you knew or worked out, is Alabama. Alabama, just before Alaska, of course. Alabama. And number 2, in which UK city would you find the mathematical bridge? Well, I knew the answer to this one because, well, I didn't set the question, but it's Cambridge, and not only Cambridge, it's my old college, Queen's College, Cambridge. The mathematical bridge, it's that wooden bridge with the one. Anyway, you don't need to know that. But if you've got Cambridge, you got the answer right. Number 3, which country used to be known as Ceylon? And the answer to that was Sri Lanka. You may know before Ceylon, it was known as Serendip. We get our word serendipity from that, interestingly. So, question 4, the world's smallest ocean is the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean, the smallest. Now, famous for leading the suffragettes in Britain, the first name might have confused. Some people might have said Christabel, but no, it's Emmeline. Emmeline Pankhurst is the answer. Emmeline. E-double-M-E-L-I-N-E. Emmeline. Hope you got that. Number 6, J.K. Rowling. The year of the publication of the first Harry Potter novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, was 1997. Did you get that? Can you imagine how long ago that was now? It's insane. 23. It'll be a quarter of a century before long. How well I remember it. It was the only book she'd written, and I was asked if I'd do an audiobook, and watching that rise up. Anyway, stop it, Stephen. 7 is the next question, I think. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, was the question, and the answer, Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart. Hope you got that. Number 8, who discovered penicillin? As I say, a quiz favourite, Alexander Fleming. And he didn't really make the most of it, as you probably also know, but Alexander Fleming shared the Nobel Prize, I believe. And number 9 on the periodic table, the symbol for potassium is the letter K. K for Kalium, I believe. K, anyway, for potassium. And Alan Turing and the code-breakers of Bletchley Park cracked the Enigma code. The Enigma code, as I'm sure many of you remember. Once more, I thank you, Jay, and let me give you the answers to round 4's general knowledge questions. Question 1 was, which part of the atom has no electric charge, and that's the neutron. Of course, the electron is a negative charge, but it is a charge. So it is neutron. Neutron. Number 2, which planet has the greatest gravitational pull? And that's the planet Jupiter. Jupiter, the biggest planet, the biggest gravitational pull, the greatest gravitational pull. Number 3, whose autobiography is entitled Dreams from My Father? Well, the answer to that is Barack Obama. Barack Obama. Big cheers coming from those who got that. Number 4, the Stephen King novel that takes place in the Overlook Hotel is, of course, The Shining. And haven't we all been feeling a bit like Jack Nicholson from time to time over the last month or so? So, number 5, which TV chef is one of the majority shareholders? She's joint shareholder. It's Delia Smith, is joint majority shareholder with her husband, Michael Wynne-Jones. So the answer to that is good old Delia. Delia Smith. I hope you knew that, and I hope you wish Norwich City well. Number 6, the ingredient that's needed to make a foodstuff dish a la Florentine is spinach, of course, spinach. So eggs Benedict are eggs Benedict, but when they're eggs Florentine, they have spinach, and so on. Number 7, the Oscar-winning actress Olivia Colman has the privilege, the great good fortune, to be from Norfolk, as am I. But again, I didn't set that question, but it's nice to see anyway. Yes, Olivia Colman is, as in Colman's mustard, of course. Now, which C is the collective noun, question 8, which C is the collective noun for a group of camels? And that, you might have worked out, is a caravan of camels. You think of those caravans on the Silk Road and elsewhere, not the caravan that you drive, but anyway, that's what they are, caravans. Number 9, which recent Disney Plus TV show gave us Baby Yoda? The Mandalorian. Like the one I cut my finger on. No, that was a mandolin. The Mandalorian does sound a bit like a musical instrument, but that was the movie, the TV show, of course. The Star Wars genre stuff. So the last question, number 10, is the capital of Greece was named after which goddess? Athena, or you could have put Pallas Athena or Pallas Athene, any of those variations she was known as. To the Romans, she was Minerva, but I don't think that would be the right answer, do you? So I'm sure you got Athena. Athena, the patroness of the capital of Greece, Athens. Wow. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I've had such fun. It's taken, it's just been a real pleasure for me to read you these questions, and I hope you've done well. And above all, I want to thank you so much for your support with this magnificent charity. And good luck with your scores. Enjoy the rest of the quiz. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Okay, right, there we go. Thank you very much, Stephen, again. Nearly 3 years after you did that the first time round, but thank you very much, Stephen, for that. So let me know how you did this time around with your 20 questions. How did you get on this time? Did you do better or worse with those 20 than you did last time? Thank you very much to everyone who has supported the quiz from a celebrity, if you like, point of view. It's not something I band about myself. I do get recognised when I'm out and about, especially when I'm back home or when I'm in Blackburn Shopping Centre. But yeah, I don't view myself as anywhere near any of those incredible people who have supported us, but when they came onto the quiz, they treated me as the person, they were coming onto my quiz. So I'm eternally grateful for all of them, and that the ones that I've featured in pictures and stuff, that's not even all of them. We had Chris Tarrant take over for the Good Morning Britain one. I ended up doing an interview with him side by side for Good Morning Britain. It's Hugh Dennis as well came on for Connection at St Martin's and we did a quiz for them. Ed Byrne, I think, if I remember rightly. There's been so many, and there's a lot of things I should have done over the last 3 years, and one of them is kept a log of everything I've done over the last 3 years. Maybe I need to do that a bit better going forward. But yeah, so thank you so much to all of them who have been a part of it. But put them to one side. It's not really been about them, it's been about you guys and playing along at home. So hopefully you have enjoyed them entertaining you and being a part of it. Right, we'll be back tomorrow with another one. Or whenever you're watching this, you might be watching them all in one go. There'll be another quiz in a format of reminiscing and reviewing and looking back. That will be tomorrow, again around about 5 o'clock. That will be released, and then live quizzes Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. There'll be another pre-recorded quiz to drop out on Friday, but again, another short quiz there. That is it from me. Thank you very much for watching another one of our anniversary reviews. 3 years on Sunday, the 26th of March, we'll be celebrating. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much for playing along tonight. Do let us know your scores and your memories, etc. over socials, and I'll see you soon. As always from me, take care. Oh yeah, and stay safe.